The Democratic People's Republic of Korea has reported 21 more deaths from fever. This comes 2 days after the country announced its first ever case of COVID-19. For more on this story, let's check in with our correspondent Jack Barton in Seoul. Jack, they have detected all these cases of fever. They're not calling them COVID cases, probably because testing hasn't exactly caught up and they're not sure. What is the latest on the situation there in the DPRK, Jack?
Yeah, that's right. It is still euphemistically being called fever, though there is an acknowledgement, it seems, on the part of Pyongyang that a large number of these cases, of course, if not most of them, are in fact COVID-19. The figures we've got out today are so much bigger than the day before. So we've got 174,000 new cases. Compare that to 18,000 new cases the prior day. There were 187,000 people in isolation receiving treatment. Now that figure is above 240,000. And then we had the overall total caseload since the end of April was 350,000. Now the latest figure is 524,440. Yesterday, they were calling it an explosive wave, calling for maximum emergency response, calling it sort of uncontrollable. Today, though, Kim Jong-un has reined that language back in a little bit and said it's not out of control in the infection areas and that the DPRK needs to learn from China in terms of containment and how to return back to a zero COVID policy. But many analysts here are sort of commenting on the transparency that we're seeing out of Pyongyang at the moment. They're being very open about all these figures and sort of, what's going on. And that is quite unusual, particularly getting daily updates, particularly seeing Kim Jong-un wearing a mask for the first time when he appeared at the National Emergency Response Center and when he oversaw the Politburo meeting. And so a lot of people here are reading this, a lot of analysts, a lot of healthcare specialists are reading this, that the DPRK might be prepared to take medical assistance, particularly vaccines and of course equipment that will help rein in this the spread of this, what they're still calling a fever. And we've heard from the government here, from the new government of President Yoon Suk-yeol, saying they're offering this aid. He hasn't exactly said that the DPRK has accepted it, but they have indicated that they are in talks with officials in Pyongyang, and there seems to be something ongoing here, that now that Pyongyang's not saying anymore we have zero cases, they may be prepared to take this assistance, not just from South Korea, of course, perhaps from China, perhaps from other countries, through COVAX, through other means, but certainly the situation is changing very fast in the DPRK.